Good morning to all. I am Mrs. Dipali Swapnil Katikar. Today I am here with you with this 10th standard's first poem. The name is Where the Mind is Without Fear. Here we are going to learn this poem, which was written by our Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore, who was poet, writer, dramatist. And one more thing, I think you also know about it. Have you heard the name Gitanjali, which is the collection of poems written by Rabindranath Tagore? And this, Where the Mind is Without Fear, is the well-known best poem from this anthology. Here we are going to start this poem, but before that, I want to tell you something about this poem and Rabindranath. See, this is a thought-provoking poem. Why thought-provoking? Because this poem was written in pre-independent era. And pre-independent era means each and everyone's mind was under the clutches of British rule. And that time our freedom was like a daydreaming. So no one was even to think about the freedom. And that's why Rabindranath Tagore has written this poem to urge the God. Actually, he is not saying God to give us freedom, but he is only saying God that please help us to awaken the people of our country. Just tell them to fight for the freedom. And in this way this poem is written here. But one more thing we can see here, that many times we can see that many poems has some rhyming words, which give us rhyme scheme. But in this poem you can see that no rhyming words are used here. So when any rhyme scheme or meter is not used, that time it is called as free verse. So, are you ready? Shall we start the poem? Okay, see. In the very first line, what is given here, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. As I already told you, that Rabindranath Tagore urges God to awaken the people of the country to fight against Britishers, to fight for the freedom. So in the same way what is given here, where the mind is without fear, means we want such type of world here, such type of place where our mind will be without fear. We can live fearless life. The head is held high. We can keep our head high fearlessly. That is called as where the mind is without fear, the head is held high. We want such a place where we can keep our head fearlessly high, where knowledge is free, with such a world where knowledge will be available for each and everyone. Everyone should get the knowledge. So our institution should admit each and everyone for the education, where the world has not broken up into fragments. See, in our India, so many regions are there, religions are there, so many races are there. So here, what we have to do? We have a strength. So what we have to do? We have to come together to fight against these Britishers. But nowadays we can see that so many problems are arising here. So poet is only trying to say that we should not depart it from into different parts. We should come together. We should not make our world. We should not break our world in different parts. That is where the world has not broken up into fragments. That whole world should be one, and all the people should come together to fight and to fight for the freedom and by narrow domestic walls. Domestic walls means man-made walls. That we should not create such a walls which depart us from our people. So such type of request is there by the poet to the God to awaken his people of his country. पण दिसत नाही का? Now see, as in the first stanza, we have seen that education should be free for each and everyone. Everyone should get the place where they can think freely, where they can get the place for freedom. Now in this stanza we can see here where words come out from the depth of truth. Truth means that is we always should speak truth. We should not lie. So each and every person should speak truth. From the bottom of their heart they should speak truth. That is the only meaning of this line, that where words come out from the depth of truth. No one should lie here. Where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. As we have to speak truth means we should not misuse the words. We should not misuse the condition of others. For our personal purpose, for our personal advantage, we should not lie. So where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. See again which type of place we want here. Where tireless striving, tireless means which was not tired, which is not tired. Striving means our efforts. Means without tiredness, we should our efforts should be continuous. Means continuously we have to work towards our perfection. It means we have to reach to the perfection, to reach towards the goal. Continuously we have to take the efforts. Such type of place we should get here. We can see here words. Tireless striving stretches its arms. Means this continuous efforts trying to reach towards the perfection. Perfection means our goal, our success. So where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the desert sand of dead habit. See, you can see here dead habits. Different words are used in this poem. So dead habits, it means that superstitions. In our India also, we can see that many superstitions are there. Superstitious people are there. So for our personal purpose, for our advantage, we should not use such type of superstitions. We should not blindly believe on other things. We should have such a mind of clear thinking. We should think carefully and then we have to believe in everything. That's why it is given where the mind, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way. We should not lost our way behind these superstitions. We should think carefully. We should have such type of atmosphere. We should get such a place where we can think, where we can have our own thoughts. No need to believe on other things and no need to lost our way in such a superstitions or some bad habits.